A great way to get your asking price for your Tucson house is by selling via rent-to-own agreement. You know, a lot of sellers don't really realize just how beneficial this process can actually be for them. Let's talk a little bit more about it in today's post. Hi, my name's Carl Krenzel with Carl Buys Houses. And if you've had any trouble selling your property here in Tucson, or if you've not been able to get the price that you feel is reflective of what you need for it, a rent-to-own sale might actually be an incredible option for you. You know, if you don't need the cash from your sale immediately, a rent-to-own scenario can actually be one of the most lucrative ways to sell your property. So let's talk briefly about how a rent-to-own agreement works. Now, a rent-to-own agreement is entered into between a buyer and a seller and can provide specific benefits to both parties. Now, the buyer is going to agree to rent the property for a specific period of time before they purchase it outright with the help of a conventional loan. Now, during the rental period, the rent will likely be a little bit higher than the average market rent, and there's usually going to be a down payment made up front. This helps to ensure that the tenant is not going to just simply walk away once the rental period is elapsed. Now, the tenant's given 1 to 3 years before the purchase will actually need to be made, and the sales price can be negotiated up front or based from the market data at the time of the sale. Now, by agreeing on a price today, you'll be able to get your asking price, plan for the future, and continue to make a passive income over the next couple years. Now, for the buyer, there's several perks involved here. Obviously, it's the ability to buy without a down payment. Second, the ability to buy with poor credit. Third, the ability to lock in a price for the home at today's rates. And then obviously the ability to try a home before committing to buy it. Now, for the seller, you're able to get your asking price. That's a huge perk. Next, you're able to get some guaranteed income for the duration of that lease. Third, you're able to get some cash up front, and obviously you're going to end up having some holding costs for some things like taxes and insurance. Now, when you're trying to set one of these up, there's many standard boilerplate agreements you can use to cover the basics. Additional terms and any other details should be added to the contract as a layer of protection. You'll definitely want to make sure that you're covered if one of these tends to go sideways. Before executing the final agreement, have your lawyer look at it just to make sure that all your bases have been covered. Now, some of the specifics you're going to want to include are going to be the amount of rent paid in each month, the amount of the down payment to be made up front, the amount of the option fee, the length of the lease before the sale actually needs to be completed, any payments for late penalties, penalties for defaulting on the agreement, tenant and landlord responsibilities for repairs, taxes, utilities, any ownership costs, HOA, any contingencies for canceling the sale, and then of course the final sales price. There's a lot of other things that you could include into your rent-own agreement, but those items are pretty much going to cover everything. Ask your lawyer, your real estate agent, or consultant about anything that you might have overlooked in the agreement. So when you're trying to enter into a rent-to-own agreement with a buyer, the sales price is typically determined at that time. Doing that at that time will allow you to get your asking price for your home as well as locking in the sale price for the buyer. Prices can rise dramatically here in Tucson in the next 24 months, but they'll still be able to buy at the agreed upon price. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Learn more about selling your home via rent-to-own agreement by contacting me today at 520-403-6227. Thanks a lot and have a powerful day. Bye-bye.